It's the Morning Brew. We're back. Amber, Larry, and Anna Loiselle here.
Hello,
our
guys.
relationship coach.
Yes.
Good to see you again.
Thank you. Thought I better sit up straight.
Yeah, let me do the same.
Okay. I always have to do
Let
that.
me do the
Yeah.
same.
Wake up. It's early. I don't know how
Yeah,
you guys
it
do
is.
this.
I don't either.
You always say that.
It
Amber.
never gets easier either.
No?
Not really.
Do you go to bed early?
9
No.
o'clock.
You go to bed early.
have
You
to.
stay up late.
10:30.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just a...
You're a party
I'm
animal.
just- yeah. Well,
Jeez.
there's a lot going on.
A lot going on.
So,
Busy.
I
Yeah.
just want to... Hey, I want to start off by saying... my wife and I are going through a lot of stuff with my father right now, some health issues and things like that. And we're having to really work as a team. And I'm just falling in love with my wife all over again because she's just so amazing. And I just want to tell you, honey, you're just amazing to me.
Oh, that's so nice.
She really is just the best partner in the world.
Yeah.
Isn't that great how we rediscover our partners as we go along in some different way?
Well, you learn about a person's qualities of
Yes.
character when
Yep.
things get tough, not when
Yeah.
everything is rosy and happy.
Right,
I mean,
exactly.
it's easy to be cool when things are going great, but when
Right.
you're faced with challenges, that's when your
Yeah.
true nature comes out.
And she's just been amazing. So
Yeah, and you're seeing her strength.
I
you know?
am, and
Yeah.
it's breathtaking.
Oh, good.
It's really kind of sexy too.
Wow. Okay, Larry, we're keeping it PG. This is a PG show, I think. Listen to me, I'm like, I'm big.
I love that because you do learn about each other again.
Right.
Even though we've been married 12 years and all of that, you just you rediscover your partner.
Good
So
for you.
We're
That's
having
awesome.
that catharsis right now. So.
Yeah, because times of challenge can actually really add pressure and stress to the relationship, and you guys are just, sounds like you're really getting through it, and that's
Well, you
wonderful.
can let it bring you down, or you can let it build you up.
That's
so,
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Choice.
I don't know if that's what you were going to talk about. But
It's not, but that's good.
it's
That's good. Let's offer hope to people,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's
I
out
mean,
there.
there's a big percentage of people who struggle in relationships. We've talked about this plenty of times, but it doesn't hurt to say it again. We've got about a 50% divorce rate on a first marriage. Second marriage, if you try it again, you only got a 40% chance you're going to make it, a 60% divorce rate. And then if you try it again, it's a 70% divorce rate. At that point, people really need to take the time to look at themselves. I mean, there's only one common denominator in all of that, and that's you, And if you're not able to be in a relationship that's healthy and satisfying, then you really want to take the time to look at yourself before you go get married again and again and again. And that's what I'm seeing that people, often do. They just think they chose wrong instead of taking ownership.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. So if you don't know Anna, she is a relationship coach, and she can help you with your relationship issues, whether you're trying to take a good marriage and make it better,
Right.
or you got some
struggling
problem,
marriage.
or
Yeah.
you're struggling. But the point that last time you were here, the point that I took away was don't wait until it's too late.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're heading off a cliff, that's a bad time to try and rescue things. I guess you should try, but
Yeah, you definitely want to try.
anticipate that you might be not going in the right direction with your relationship, and you can save it.
Yes. The sooner, the better, though. It does make it a lot harder. Once you start seeing each other as enemies, it just really gets tough to turn that back around. But it can be done, and I'm having a really great success rate. So, don't not go get help because you're like, oh, great, we're fighting all the time, it's just over. I mean, there is help, and there's help that actually does work nowadays. Before it's a little hit or miss, going to therapy or going to counseling, which is what often people think that that's the only choice. There's now other choices, and there's choices that work. So you just have to, hang in there and be persistent. That's the big piece.
I'm so sorry I missed you the last time you were here.
Yes.
Because when you talk about the attachment theory, it really stays with me. And I think it's such an interesting way to look at how we relate to each other.
Oh, absolutely. Attachment theory is probably one of the biggest, best, most innovative research being done on love and attachment and how we actually can or cannot have a successful relationship. And people don't know about this stuff. And so today what I was wanting to talk about is dating. And I have a new class that I designed called Date Smart that helps couples understand their attachment style and how it is going to impact their relationships and whether they can have a successful one or not. And the other part of it is knowing who to look for that's going to be a good match for you. I mean, that's another piece, definitely.
More than just the physical attraction. That gets us in trouble, you know?
Yeah, listen, I take a deep breath, yes. I know everybody's like, I want chemistry, and they're not my type, and there's, you know, you just hear this all, and we're not compatible, and all, but you really, what are you talking about when you say you're not compatible? You're not really talking about things that are solid foundations that are going to keep you together. I mean, I hear compatibility as if, you know, we have to like the same things, and that's great. I get that we want some of that, but that's not the glue that holds a relationship together. It's really about how can you relate, how can you bond, how can you attach in a relationship? Can you do it healthily or not, you know? Yeah.
And are you giving your dating couples that little test that we took several weeks ago?
They have one that's different. It comes in their workbook, so they get a workbook.
I see, there's a workbook.
There is a workbook and it really, you guys had the simple test. This is a big one to really.
This dives deeper, huh?
Yeah, much deeper, and it also then looks at potential partners that you might be dating, like kind of guessing, like, hey, this might be what they look like, or, you know, this is what's going on with them, so that you don't get mismatched. There is a mismatch, and you can be attracted to someone that's definitely, it's not going to work. It's going to make it, or it's going to make it really hard. And so you're really starting off with almost failure being predicted.
Well, you hear it every day. Oh,
right.
I keep attracting the wrong women. Oh, I keep attracting the wrong men.
Yeah, or I'm dating the same person with a different head, you know, same or same personality, same everything, just a different head, you know. And so that's what, I want to share something with you guys.
Sure.
I want to read you. Can I read you a little story?
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
And then I want you guys to guess and tell me what you think is going on.
Okay.
Okay? All right. So this is from my new, the new program. Sandra's first date with Tom was a blast. He was good-looking, smart, and funny. But afterwards, she found herself waiting for his call and worrying that she said or did something wrong. Over the following months, their dating pattern was characterized by fun and closeness, followed by Tom pushing her away. She obsessed about whether he cared about her, and she felt consumed with worry and doubt about their relationship. Just when Sandra would decide that she hadn't had enough and they'd break up, Tom would do something that would convince her that he really did love her. What do you guys think's going on there?
She's got a little bit of the she needs to know that he cares about her, and he wants to feel her chasing him.
So she's got an anxious attachment style.
Right.
I need to know what's going on, what's going
Yeah,
on.
where do I stand?
Where do I stand? Yep. And then he's got an avoidant attachment style.
Exactly.
Right.
So he keeps pulling away because he's like, oh, you know, I
He's
don't.
trying to keep his options open.
Yeah, could be, right? Right.
Maybe he's not that into her?
Well, very good point. So avoidants look like they're not that into you.
But it makes the
Anxious,
other party
more
go,
anxious.
Yeah. And it feeds into also the ego.
Well, their insecurity, their attachment style.
Yeah, just
Their anxious
why
attachment
can't Tom be cooler and just say, hey, I enjoyed your time, and make it easy?
And he really can't. So here's the thing, if you try to keep pursuing someone like that, you're going to drive yourself nuts, and you're actually going to aggravate your attachment style. You're going to make it worse. I mean, you're going to feel like you're crazy. So that's some of the stuff that I teach in the class is, you know, first you got to understand if you're anxious or you're an avoidant, and what does that mean, and how are you going to behave in a relationship. There's all sorts of interesting patterns that each one of those anxious or avoidants can do in a relationship, especially in dating.
So what's the biggest factor in finding the right partner?
Well, knowing your attachment style, and two, understanding other people's attachment styles so that you don't pick the wrong person.
But doesn't it just seem obvious if they ask you on a date and you're having a great time,
Okay.
that there should be kind of this quid pro quo from both parties? I mean, doesn't that seem kind of... natural?
It may, for someone who has a secure attachment style, they would go, well, that seems off. They would get it. They would be like, something's not quite right, you know, over there. Something's going on.
Yeah.
But for somebody who has an anxious attachment style, being with someone who's avoidant seems kind of normal because they probably grew up in that. An anxious attachment style came out of a mother or a significant caregiver who was hit or miss. She was warm sometimes, then she wasn't. She'd meet your needs and then she wouldn't. It was unpredictable. So being with somebody who's unpredictable, right? He's hot, he's cold. And it's not and it's not always men that are avoidant, but yeah, it's what you know, so it seems normal, but it will aggravate it. And really, an anxious attachment style wants to be loved, wants to be in a relationship. Why would you want to get with someone who's constantly telling you, I don't know if I can do this, back off.
Arm's length. Yeah.
Yeah, arm's length. That's what it's constantly. I mean, they play a lot of games, and it's mixed signals. You really get mixed signals from an avoidant.
They need to be alone. They don't deserve love. They need to figure it out. I have no sympathy for those people.
Yeah, they do need to figure it out. They do need to figure it out.
Mixed up.
And here's it comes, you got it.
Okay, maybe I'll have a little more compassion.
Yeah, a little compassion.
I need to attend your class.
Well, because it does come out of the, their childhood. And so here's the thing. You can reshape that. If you really want to be in a relationship, but you've noticed that you're super picky and you're trying to push people away and you're, got this hot and cold thing going on, you can work on that because you really do want to be in a relationship. So it can all be worked on.
When's the class start?
Class starts September 24th, next Wednesday, and they can go to, I have a new website. It's datesmart.singles, and it's /date-smart.
Okay.
I was trying to figure that out. Just go to datesmart.com and you'll find it there.
Thanks, Anna. It's great to have you back.
Thanks.
Wonderful information.
Thanks again.
Good.
All right, Morning Brew continues in a sec. We'll be back.